to Everyday Kentucky. Local author Cynthia Ellingsen is celebrating the release of her 9th novel, A Play for Revenge, published by Lake Union.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about what this is about. And she's joining us now this morning. Welcome, Cynthia. 9th book. Wow. How did you get into writing?
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Happy anniversary to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome tomorrow. I got into writing. I've always been a huge fan of writing. So in 3rd grade, the teacher would give us this blank book on Friday, and I was like, yay, it's Friday, and everybody else was not excited about it. So I've been secretly writing for years and years, and then finally turned it into a career.
Yeah, from screenwriting in LA to, you know, turning it into a physical copy. Tell us about this book.
So this book, it's the 4th installment in the Starlight Cove series, but it's also, it works as a standalone, so if you haven't read the other books, it's perfectly okay. It's about a theater, a summer stock theater that was in this small town, and 20 years ago, it burned to the ground, and their best actress died in the fire, and, you know, everyone was sad, but they didn't think anything was weird. And then 20 years later, a newly divorced woman comes back to town, and she's made the director of the theater, and she finds a play in the remodeled rafters of the theater. And the Hollywood star that's in town, he falls in love with the play, and he wants to put it on and show it to everybody. And when she reads it, she realizes that there's something mysterious going on there.
Oh, that sounds good.
That
and then you
really
leave us there. Now we got to find out what.
There you got to find out.
Yeah.
So this book and all of your other books, where can we find them?
Oh, you can find them everywhere. They're at Joseph Beth's, and they're also at bookstores across America. This summer, I had my first Walmart experience.
Oh,
I had another book called When We Were Sisters, and so it was across the country in Walmart. So that was really fun because it opened up a whole new audience. And they're also in Barnes & Nobles, and this one is not in Walmart. But
I mean, how do you even come up with an idea for a book? I just can't even imagine where I would start.
It's, you know, it's just kind of one of those things that when you're writing a book, you have to live with it for so long. So it has to be something you really get obsessed with or interested in. So I just wrote one about Ireland, excuse me, that'll come out this spring.
Okay.
And it's just, I pick the setting first. Like this one is set in a theater. I love the theater, and so then the story kind of builds around that. So it's just something that, whatever it is that's interesting me at the moment, that I can live with for a long time while I'm writing it.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It is fascinating, and you had an Amazon charts bestseller with the Lighthouse Keeper.
The Lighthouse Keeper, yeah.
So what's that one about?
Well, that was the first book in the Starlight Cove series, and it's set up an imaginary town in northern Michigan where all these are set, called Starlight Cove, and it's about a woman who remodels a lighthouse that she bought at government auction. And I loved that story because it's all tied in with finding treasure, these Morgan silver dollars that were sunk into Lake Michigan years and years ago. And so, you know, and they're affiliated with her family, and so she has to kind of solve the mystery of the Morgan silver dollars. So all the books in the Starlight Cove series do have what's called, I guess, a cozy mystery. And by cozy mystery, it just means something that's pleasant and easy and that you read by the fire or whatever.
And I like that you don't have to read all of them to necessarily be on track. That's really awesome. So tell us what your website is as well.
It's CynthiaEllingsen.com. So it's CynthiaEllingsen. Whew.
And there it is on the screen too. If you want to write it down, jot it down, whatever. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Stuff.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.